Thank you. I just want to first go ahead and thank everyone for being here tonight. I know it means a lot to Clint and Mary and our whole wedding party and the parents and family. Before I get started, though, I'd like to recognize some incredible people who made this night possible. It's the parents of the bride and groom. Mary's parents, if you guys can just maybe just give a wave. Nancy, John, and Scott. And then Clint's parents, Don and Rena. You guys raised some incredible, amazing people. You guys did a great job. It should be the blueprint for how people raise their kids. So if we can just give a quick toast to them. Cheers. But as our DJ said, my name's Pat O'Brien. I'm Clint's best man. Sorry, I'm using note cards. I didn't get it memorized. But I should state here that I wasn't Clint's first choice to be his best man. He actually had three idols that turned him down. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Manny Pacquiao, and Steve Perry, the former lead singer of Journey, had prior commitments tonight, so you're stuck with me. I've known Clint for over 12 years. We went to high school together, met freshman year at Providence in New Lenox. Played tennis for 4 years. And at Providence, Clint, basically this was my first impression of Clint, is he's just the easiest person to talk to, easily makes friends with everyone, got super involved. Like, I guess a good quote is, if you didn't like Clint Boone, then there was something wrong with you. At Providence, he's never had an ego. Clint was on the football team. He was on student council, president of the National Honor Society, prom king, voted most spirited. He didn't have an ego, and he totally could have. He could have been the biggest, you know what, but he wasn't. He was friends with everyone. Senior year, I remember we were thinking about where to go to college. And Clint, I remember he was saying, hey, I'm thinking U of I, Bradley, a couple other schools, Big Ten schools, whatnot. I just remember, I think he was going down to visit U of I. And like the week before, I kind of decided that I'm going to go to Bradley. And I was like, hey, Clint, if you decide that you want to go to Bradley, do you want to be roommates? Within the next week, Clint said, hey, I'm going to Bradley, let's be roommates. So we went on to school to Bradley, and I guess this next story that I'm about to tell kind of just sums up what a great friend Clint is. As you can kind of tell with this speech, I procrastinate. I waited kind of till the last minute to do everything I do. But there's this one time I was studying for a calculus test, and I was up late at night. My MO was pulling all-nighters to catch up on all the material that I should have been studying all along. But Clint's like, hey, you know what? I'll stay up with you, and I got stuff to study. I mean, it can't hurt to study, you know. But Clint had all his ducks in a row. He already knew all the material he needed to know in his classes. So I'm sitting up on this is in the dorms. So I'm sitting up on my top bunk, and Clint's on the floor, like laid out on his stomach, looking through I think it was his calculus book, flipping through the pages and stuff. This is probably like 1 a.m. And so I'm going through some problems and stuff. And then I happen to look down, like 10 minutes later, Clint is passed out, face down in his book. But that's just the kind of friend Clint is. Like, he gave that extra effort. He didn't need to do that. He's just a really great friend, and just there to kind of just stay up with me, or try to stay up with me, you know. So I really appreciate that about him. Clint's always been a fun-loving guy, as most of you know who know Clint, and likes to joke around. During college, I remember he would do these prank phone calls. He would call these kids that we had gone to high school with that went to different schools and stuff. But the funny thing with Clint is he wasn't very good at it. He would, for instance, I remember he was like trying to impersonate some girl that we went to school with. The problem is Clinton changed his voice when he was making this phone call, and I think he was calling like this guy who I think they used to date in school or whatever. It was like, hey, this is Caroline. And then like within 2 seconds, the guy knew. It was like, this is Clint Boone. But Clint didn't give up. Clint kept doing these phone calls all throughout like freshman year, and it was great. And then the other thing that shows like kind of what a jokester Clint is he would make these fake Facebook profiles, like notorious for doing this. And one was, I remember there was this character from the Godfather trilogy, Tom Hagen. I don't know if anybody recognizes that name or not, but Clint made this fake profile. We're at Bradley, and I think this was freshman year. And so he made it like there was this new student who was coming in the spring semester to come and enroll at Bradley, and it was just like Clint friend requested everyone from this that goes to Bradley from this profile. So he was really excited. He wanted to join a fraternity, all this stuff. The funniest thing was when we were on campus, I just remember like walking to a class or something, and there's all these frat guys in front of me, and they're like, we got to get this Tom Hagen in our frat. We want him to be in our house. He sounds like a great man. And it was Clint Boone, who is a great man, but it was fake. And then, let me see. Clint has so many like great qualities that will make him such a great husband. He's always helping others. I just remember him being involved at Bradley, and he was the president of the American Red Cross, always volunteering. He was in a like philanthropic fraternity, and just as I guess I'll keep expounding on those qualities. Like he was a great cook. Clint was known for when we lived off campus, he would grill out a lot. His crock pot was always on the counter, ready. He made food in the morning, let it simmer, and by the afternoon, it just was smelling great in our whole kitchen. And then, let me see, just going to country concerts with Clint. I remember going to see Eric Church in Springfield. Poker nights, golfing, off-campus parties. We just had a lot of fun together. There's so many memories. I could be up here for like 24 hours talking to you guys about memories. But I'm going to start wrapping this up. Bear with me. But Clint's not perfect. I remember there was a time Clint put a pizza in the oven. This was late at night. He went upstairs to take a nap. Clint didn't wake up. Clint went to bed. The next morning, my roommates and I, we find this black, charred pizza, not to mention the smell of just smoke in our kitchen. We opened the oven. Clint didn't cook the pizza. He cremated it. So sometimes he was lackadaisical. He'd leave his light on a lot. You'd come up by his room and he'd have his lights on. All right, I think our electricity bill was a little high a couple months. And then, but thankfully, Clint has met Mary. And then the other thing with Clint, this is something Clint and I share. We're habitually late. We're always late to everything. Mary is the total opposite. Thank goodness Clint met Mary. And as a quick, let me sidetrack for a second. Doesn't Mary look gorgeous tonight? Absolutely stunning. But ever since I met Mary, you could tell that like Clint and Mary gel really well together. They're always smiling. They're always laughing together. They're just a great team. They're going to make a great pair, and when they go on to have kids, they're going to be great parents. The other thing I would say, you can just tell the first thing right off the bat by the professions they both chose, helping others. Mary's a registered nurse. Clint's a physical therapist. Just helping people in the community get better, get on the mend. And just a true testament to the type of people that they are. And as I wrap this up, I'd like to just, everyone, if you could raise the glass. to Mr. and Mrs. Clint Boone. Cheers. Dilly dilly.